Following a ceremonial start in Anchorage Saturday, the 50th annual sled dog race officially got underway yesterday. 49 mushers and their teams left the start line in Willow, Alaska to begin the nearly 1,000-mile trek to Nome. It'll take about 9 days for the winner to cross the finish line in the Iditarod. Here's David Carroll right now, and your top stories. Local 3 News at 5 starts right now.
Thank you, Cindy. Illegally dumped tires are removed from the Cumberland Trail State Park. A Chattanooga man is leading the cleanup effort. We're nearing a record high on gas prices. We'll tell you how to get the most from every gallon. And Tennessee State Representative Robin Smith of Hickson is giving up her seat in Nashville after being charged with wire fraud.
This is Local 3 News at 5.
Thank you for choosing us for your local news and weather. It has been a wet weather day, but thankfully the severe weather has cleared out. For more, Chief Meteorologist David Karnes is live in the Storm Alert Center to let you know what's coming up next. Hello, DK.
Hey, DC, looking at, a lot of that bad weather clearing out. Still maybe a couple of showers as we move through the evening, but you can see the radar a lot less active than it was earlier today when it was pounding. And not only that, a lot of our sky watchers checking in with 30 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts around the area. So it was a nasty one to be out in around lunchtime, but now we're seeing the winds dying down a little bit. Still breezy in some spots, but nothing like it was earlier, and that heavy rain is pushed on. Now notice, we're still probably for the next several hours going to continue to see maybe 1 or 2 little sprinkles continuing to pop up. So wet roads still could be a concern for you as you're heading home or if you're heading out this evening. So just be aware of that, be cautious, and you're going to be fine. The threat for severe weather is over. Well, how much rain did we get? We're checking in with about a ½ an inch in Cleveland. You can see the further west we go, the brighter green indicating higher amounts. Some folks on the plateau saw up to an inch of rain, and our FUTURECAST showing more rain moving in tomorrow. Right now, mid to upper 50s and low 60s, 62 in Chattanooga, 59 in Cleveland. A lot of folks had highs today in the 70s, well into the 70s. Well, taking a look, our 24-hour temperature change, we're 10 to 20 degrees colder right now than we were, and that's going to continue. Here's some Skywatcher rainfall numbers. You can see again that mirrors what we saw, almost an inch in 10 Mile, 0.6 in Riceville, and 0.5 inches in Turtletown. We'll have more coming up. Again, more rain on the way tomorrow. We'll have details on that in a second, DC.
All right, thank you very much, David. Key cities in Ukraine are surrounded by Russian troops, and the efforts to get civilians out were sabotaged. Residents of Shaplinka are the latest Ukrainians to clash with Russian military forces. Several shots were fired, and Ukraine says more than 20,000 foreign volunteers want to join special units to combat Russian forces. Also, Ukrainian President Zelensky will address the UK House of Commons tomorrow at noon. Here in the U.S., the national average of gas is up to $4.09 a gallon, and that means we're approaching a new all-time record high. According to the website Gas Buddy, the national average is up 48 cents a gallon in just a week, and it could jump to the highest 7-day increase since Hurricane Katrina in 2005. Gas Buddy's Patrick DeHaan says it's time for us to focus on conserving fuel.
I certainly would encourage motorists to do things that may sound silly in normal times, like trying to drive more fuel efficiently, slowing down on the interstate. It's a good time to go out and check your tire pressure. The simple things are starting to make a profound impact.
You can track your neighborhood gas prices by typing in Gas Buddy in the search bar of local3news.com. 2 Chattanooga missionaries are heading to Poland to help Ukrainian refugees. Henry and Victoria Bennick say they tried to go to Ukraine last week, but flights were canceled. You'll hear from them coming up at 5:30. The body found in Dade County, Georgia Friday was that of a woman who says the GBI says was strangled by her son. They say 81-year-old Lagatha Watson was found dead in her home on Brow Road. Her son Roger Schrader was arrested in connection to her murder. He now faces a number of charges, including felony murder. In Crossville, Tennessee, 1 man died while canoeing by Watts Bar yesterday. Officers say that 3 adults were found in the water. Gershwin Jackson Jr. was dead when they arrived, and the other 2 were hypothermic. They say the water temperature was 54 degrees, winds were about 20 miles per hour. The 2 other men are expected to recover. Tennessee State Representative Robin Smith of Hickson, who represents District 26, has resigned from her seat after being charged with wire fraud. She is facing the charge out of the U.S. District Court in Nashville, and the charges stem from a company called Phoenix Solutions LLC that was set up by former House Speaker Glenn Cassidy's former Chief of Staff, Cade Cothran. Documents say the company was set up with the purpose of offering mail and consulting services for legislators who were facing primary challenges. The documents say Smith, Cassidy, and Cothran hid Cothran's involvement in Phoenix Solutions, the company, so the company would be approved as the state's mailer program vendor. Investigators say Smith and Cassidy received kickbacks from Cothran in exchange. Now, Robin Smith released a statement in regards to her resignation, reading, "I want you to know that serving the great people of this district, and indeed all of Tennessee, has truly been an honor. I have resigned with the deepest of humility and out of respect for the role of public service." So here's what happens next. Hamilton County Commission will select an interim replacement. That person will serve until a new state representative for District 26 is elected in November. District 3 County Commissioner Greg Martin of Hickson tells us he is considering a race for that position. Over the weekend, 201 illegally dumped tires were removed from an area in Cumberland Trail State Park. Dallas Payton caught up with the Chattanooga man who took matters into his own hands to make this happen.
No dumping, but as you can see, illegal tire dumping has been an issue here for many years. I spoke with Ryan Gardner about this issue. He said he's been hiking out here for years and is just fed up with seeing all the tires out here. Gardner was able to plan this out in a week with the help of local and state agencies. With just 12 volunteers, the group was able to get the 200 tires out in 4 hours.
We blocked one lane of traffic and the state park helped with that. And then we just had one volunteer in a truck, and basically they used the truck to pull the tires up and out while the tires rode on a high line. So a high line is a rope that's rigged high up in the tree, and then we attach pulleys to the high line, and then we use that to guide the tires up the hill.
Gardner says that's the easy part. The hard part was gathering the tires across the hillside and having to clean them out because most are filled with water and garbage. He says they also had to watch out for rusted metal and glass.
And it's really sad to see all the tires down there. You'll see no dumping signs posted, fences up. They try to stop it, but it's really difficult to stop. Really, I think the best way to stop illegal dumping is for people in the community to report it to the police, because it is a pretty serious crime.
Gardner hopes his efforts to make a change for a better environment encourages people to take the tires where they are supposed to go.
The tire refuse site, it's only a $1 per tire, so it's way easier to dispose of them properly than it is to get them out. It's a huge effort to recover these tires that are dumped illegally, and it's in a state park, so it's for everyone to see. It's everyone's problem.
Gardner tells me this is only about 25% of the tires that are out here in this wooded area. Next month, he plans to gather more volunteers to help get the rest out. In Saudi Daisy, for Local 3 News, I'm Dallas Payton.
Thank you, Dallas. And Ryan Gardner says since sharing his efforts, people are already reaching out to him about doing similar work near Roberts Mill Road here in Hamilton County. The increase in use of Delta THC across the country is causing some concern. John Karnes of New Bloom Labs in Chattanooga tests thousands of cannabis products each week. He says some Delta 8 products are mislabeled, and that can be a problem for both consumers and manufacturers. Delta 8 THC is a form of cannabis that is legal and very popular, but certain amounts of it in a product is an illegal form of cannabis. Labs like New Bloom are in business to test those products and label them properly.
Well, Delta 8 THC emerged about 2 years ago, and really within the past year, it has really flourished in the market and become very, very popular, and it has high consumer demand. And I guess it was that increased popularity that had us concerned, because consumers, without knowing it, could be in possession of a federally controlled substance.
He says if you're consuming legal limits of cannabis products, be sure to check the label and educate yourself in cannabis products in general. Coming up, TikTok. Yes, TikTok may be harmful to children by causing depression and anxiety. We'll let you know what you need to check on to keep your children safe.
Go UTC! Warren and Griffin cheers our men and women in Asheville. Warren and Griffin, your local 5-star law firm.
The UTC basketball Mocs are restoring the glory. They are one win away from winning the Southern Conference tournament, and with that comes an automatic bid to the NCAA. Ben Bobick is in Asheville, North Carolina, where it looks like something's about to happen there. Something fun, something exciting. Ben, what do you have for us?
David, we are in the heart of it all. As you can hear behind me, or actually in front of me, behind photojournalist Sam Blevins, UTC marching Mocs ready to rock and roll. We got the Sugar Mocs, the cheerleaders are in house. We had a few players start to file out to the buses. They start to make their way into the bus to go a few blocks over to the Harris Cherokee Center. And we see a few more players coming out now. I could see them from the elevator. Here they come. We have Avery Diggs walking out, Tata Strickland walking out. Two key players in this Mocs team looking to bring home a Southern Conference Tournament championship tonight against the Furman Paladins. What a send-off. It's a little bit rainy here, but that doesn't matter for these Mocs fans. They have traveled 3.5, 4 hours from the 423 to see their Mocs hopefully bring home a Southern Conference Tournament title for the first time in 6 years. Again, might be raining, it doesn't matter. Thank God they play basketball inside. So what's going to happen now? These Mocs are going to get on this bus. They're going to go warm up. In the next half hour, we're going to mingle over to the beer garden, which is the official pregame party for the Mocs. So we'll see you there. More Mocs fans obviously ready to rock and roll. For these Mocs, we see Casey Hankton coming out as well. We'll check back in the next half hour. Live from Asheville, Ben Bobick, Local 3 Sports.
Great job. Makes you want to be there, doesn't it? Ben Bobick. We appreciate that report. UTC Furman tonight at 7 on ESPN. Go Mocs, go. We'll have a full look at your weather when we come back.
Local 3 traffic, presented by CHI Memorial. New year, new career. CHI Memorial offers patient care tech training for those who want to start a career in the medical field. Apply at memorial.org/careers.
There you see I-24 at Rossville Boulevard. It looks better than it did an hour ago. We've had some issues this afternoon. That is often the case when it's raining hard on our interstate highways. Folks sometimes have to slow down and dodge accidents. But we're glad to say things are calming down, right, David Karnes?
Absolutely, yeah, DC. Still maybe a couple of sprinkles popping up here and there, but for the most part, the heavy rain is over and done with for now. But we told you about this last week. Over the weekend, it is going to be a fairly rainy, wet week. We're going to have sporadic periods of rain throughout the week. Still, even this evening, a few of these spotty showers as the line of heavy rain has moved through in its wake. We'll still have some little areas of wet weather to deal with, but it's not going to be anything like what we had earlier today when we had Flat Top Mountain, our Skywatcher, checking in with 1.2 inches of rain, 1.1 Monteagle. You move eastward, not as high amounts, but still it all came at a pretty good clip. Red Bank 0.46 inches, 0.34 in Soddy Daisy, 0.19 in East Brainerd, said Ronnie. Cleveland checking in with almost 3/4 of an inch of rain and a little over 1/4 of an inch in Ringgold. So we had some good little dousings. 0.6 Riceville, a 1/2 inch in Cagle, 1/2 inch in Turtletown, and 0.6 also in Athens, and almost an inch falling in 10 Mile. You can still see the dark clouds overhead, maybe a little bit of a break there looking off into the distance, but for the most part still overcast, cloudy skies. We're going to see it staying mostly cloudy. It's 62 degrees, winds out of the west-southwest at 11 miles per hour. So after highs in the 70s for most of you, we're now down to 54 degrees in Monteagle, 62 Chattanooga, 59 in Cleveland, and 56 in Murphy. So our headline showing colder air behind this system moving in. More rain, although, on Tuesday afternoon into Wednesday, and this rain is going to be heavy. Even some localized flooding a possibility Tuesday night. We'll keep an eye on that. And then we'll have another batch of rain moving in Friday night. That could change into a wintry mix, even some light snow showers by Saturday morning. So let's start with now. You can see that rain continuing to slide eastward, the main line moving into the Carolinas. For us behind it, again, a few more little stray strafings of light shower activity as we move through the evening, and then we'll see all of that pushing off later tonight with even some clearing overnight. But then notice, as high pressure lifts off to the north, we're going to see more clouds lifting northward into the area. This is 5 o'clock on Tuesday, and after 5 o'clock, boy, look at this. You're going to see rain moving in. And now notice, as we continue to move through the night, heavy rain. We call this training when it just continues to follow this one path. Rain after rain after rain, and we're probably going to see that Tuesday afternoon through early Wednesday morning in Chattanooga. So we could see some pretty good rainfall amounts from this. Now, as the low works its way eastward, we'll see the rain showers late Wednesday morning into Wednesday afternoon pushing off to the east, but still as late as Wednesday afternoon, this low may continue to produce a few showers up in the Blue Ridge. Thursday looks like a fairly dry day, 10% chance of an early shower, and then Friday, here comes that next system. Notice you can see some rain showers maybe as early as 7 o'clock. Here comes the colder air mixing with it. We may have enough moisture and cold air to produce a wintry mix at about midnight into Saturday morning. We're looking at that maybe even producing some light snow showers early on Saturday morning. Temperature Saturday morning will be in the mid to upper 20s. So we could certainly see that as that system moves through. Then Saturday afternoon, it's going to be cold. Probably won't even get out of the 30s, and it's going to be cool and dry on Sunday also. So Storm Alert 7-day forecast, cooler weather, but more afternoon rain into Wednesday morning. Could see some localized flooding there. Not much of a chance of rain Thursday or Friday until Friday night. Notice we warm back up briefly, but then that rain changing to a wintry mix, and then even some light snow showers Saturday morning as we drop into the 20s. A high of only 39 on Saturday, and then cool and dry on Sunday. We'll manage to make it up to 52.